Hello people, it is Believer in Bruce, where we help you get inside your head so you can think, feel and act that little bit better. So the fight night has been and gone. And the excitement, the adrenaline that we've had has now come back to it, or potentially something was mentioned on the news today that I will get to soon. Where were you when you were watching it? Were you with your friends? Were you by yourself? Did you enjoy it? Let me know below. Comment if you like what I'm doing. Subscribe, hit the like button, get notifications, whatever it is. I always get a load of people trying to help us out, like Bruce, I know you're not too familiar with YouTube, so try doing this, or you want to save your videos like this, or you want to try doing this. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody's effort. So I got up, got my robe on. Yeah, I got the robe on. Well, actually, I only had one glove on because I was drinking Newcastle Brown Ale in the other hand. But I just like to get in the zone and try. So I come to my little office. I had my big television screen here that you obviously can't see because it's behind the camera. But I was watching that, and then I had the big man, True Geordie. I was watching his, is it called the live stream? So I had actually, this proves how much Sky messed up. I had Sky on mute listening to True Geordie. Yeah, so that was my plan for the event. So again, I made a prediction that I thought, based on the limited data that I had, that Logan Paul would win the fight. And again, you've got to understand, this is where maybe there's some confusion with body language and, you know, in the stuff that I've been explaining. What was going on Saturday night, Sunday morning was a bit like my daughter saying to us, and you know, and she's got her hands behind the back, Dad, guess how many marbles are in the jar? Well, how big's the jar? I'm not telling you. All right, we'll give it a rattle. No, you're not allowed to hear. There was like no data at all. Absolutely zero data. The first professional fight, yeah, the first pro fight, 10-ounce gloves, no head guards. There was zero anything coming from JJ's camp in relation to boxing. Now, usually when I make a call on a boxing fight, it's that you've got the form, they're professionals, you've seen their ups and downs, you've seen their average baseline, so you can make a more informed decision. And I could have decided to sit on the fence. But based off that limited, usually I would have had all this amount of data going on there. But I thought, okay, what I'm seeing, I'm going to go with Logan Paul. Obviously, that didn't happen. But if I had to make the same decision again, based on exactly the same data, I would come with the same conclusion. Yeah, I would absolutely come up with the same conclusion. And remember, I wasn't in JJ's camp, I wasn't in Logan Paul's camp. I was just saying, this is what their bodies are giving off. Not that they're going to win the fight. It's like, no, but when I talk about someone who rubs their arm or does that with their nose, remember, it's not a lie. True Geordie, thank you very much for the shout out on your podcast, by the way, much appreciated, my northeastern brethren. But it doesn't mean that they're lying, it just means that there's something else there to explore, because quite simply, when we talked about synchrony, yeah, what they're seeing, what they're verbalizing to you is not lining up with what their thoughts are in their actual system, in their body. You cannot lie with biology, that limbic system, that autonomous system that reacts. Remember, all the communication, we generally hinge on the words, but actually, it's the body that gives off more of a truthful angle, and that's where we should be focusing. But it doesn't mean that anybody's lying. It just means that you should dig a little bit deeper. I mean, trying to put any type of proper, informed decision on who was going to win, it's a bit like opening the pages of the Grand National. Yeah, putting it across there at the bookies, getting a dart and just throwing in the dart and say, right, that's the one that I'm going to go for. But I actually enjoyed the fight. I'll get to that in a moment. I enjoyed the fight. It was a spectacle. It was interesting. It was almost as if the Freaky Halloween show had come into the boxing world for one night only. And I was giggling. People have asked for my reaction. I said that I was going to video myself. I do quite like... I'm a very energetic type verbalization, body movement guy. As you can probably know, I'm always moving my hands, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So when I watch, because my passion is, it's actually fighting. Boxing first, MMA second. That are the two things that I'm interested in. And I was thinking about live streaming it, I actually didn't know how to do it, I didn't have enough time to look into it. But I did think that for future ones, I'll definitely do it, because I think that I've got a lot to give. Not only am I knowledgeable about fighting, yeah, I've been in the boxing game since I was 10 years old, and I am now not, as you can tell by the grey beard, I'm a little bit older than 10. But I get enthusiastic as well, and there was a few things that I was watching on a few different platforms on Saturday night, and I thought, you know what? I've got some energy that I give and I think it will be interesting for the viewers, so that's something that I might be exploring. So rather than go into the full, fight reaction, what I'll do is I'll give you the best snippets here, and I've done it just to identify, yeah, so that you can observe. I definitely wasn't in JJ's camp. I definitely wasn't in Logan Paul's camp. I will shout for the person who's swinging punches. I will shout down for the man who's on the ground. I will praise the person who walks forward in the face of battery. And I will praise both fighters because they are the gladiators in the arena. We are the timid souls, the armchair critics standing by. Right, so we've got Logan Paul just coming in. Looks very, very calm. Yeah, looks very calm. KSI looking mean, like Deontay Wilder coming in here. Yeah, Derek Chisora type facial mask going on. Logan Paul looks lubed up like he's just come out of a knocking shop. However, you do need that. The sweat is a good sign. He's warmed up correctly. JJ looks proper focused, as in like almost to the point of being demented. And we're about to begin. Oh, lovely jab to the body by JJ. Fantastic start. Logan Paul just controlling that distance with that jab. Looks slightly hesitant at the minute though. Oh, go on JJ. Go on son. Go on. Logan is controlling that. He's leaning on JJ like a drunk against the lamppost. Oh, beautiful jab by Logan. Pang, pang. Beautiful. Go on JJ. Swing. Yeah. Knockdown. We have a knockdown. That is not a trip. That is 100%. That was a beautiful jab. Right. No. Come on, Logan, son. Pull yourself together. We'll fight. We want to fight here. Go on, Logan. That's it. Go on, Logan, son. Go on. Get into him. Go on. Smash. Smash. Go on. Boom. Go on. Another Windy Miller from KSI. Go on, JJ, son. Into him. Into him. Oh, beautiful uppercut. KSI goes down. KSI is down. Referee isn't happy for... I didn't actually see what happened there. Come on, KSI. Get up, son. Oh, he's wobbly. Get up! Come on, get up! Let the power of Christ consume you! Take your time, JJ. Good lad. Take your time. Right, he's just took two... What the fuck is it? I am lost. He's just taken 2 points. Look at Stephen, finish him! Finish him if he's on wobbly... Finish him if he's on wobbly legs, son. Let's get this over with. And JJ, come squad, son! Go on, JJ! Swing from the... Go on! What a strange fight. So there you go. Yeah, an absolute, just a fight fan. I was hoarse by the end. Screaming for both when they were on top. Screaming for both when they were on the floor. I just love watching fighting. Now, what I have noticed is that some people, and there's a bit of comments on the internet and on Twitter, etc. Bearing in mind, I was watching True Geordie's stream, and this is where I think it's interesting. True Geordie, in my opinion, I'm going to put that out there, was not biased at all. Absolutely 100% not biased. What you've got, and again, it's no fault of anybody else, is that you've got an audience who are unfamiliar with boxing, who are unfamiliar with the noble art. Yeah, what you've got is an audience who are obviously familiar with YouTube and content creation, and from what I've read online, you know, sort of gaming and FIFA and, you know, all this type of stuff. And they're idols, if you will. Yeah, the people who they look up to and who they talk about and who they connect with. They have entered the boxing arena. Obviously not for the first time, but it's still very early on in their career. So, when I was listening to True, I was actually agreeing with a lot that True Geordie was saying. Because True Geordie is like me, he's a fight fan. He has got experience of watching fights over many, many years. Not only is the guy like a global YouTube superstar, but he's a fight fan. And this is the core where I think some of the issues were coming from, as in, I get JJ was your boy, yeah? For those people who are watching who are in JJ's camp. And I get True Geordie may have been calling your baby ugly by identifying some of the flaws in JJ's style. But he's also doing that for Logan Paul as well. And let's put the cards right on the table here. As a spectacle, it was really entertaining. Yeah, I was hoarse with shouting. Again, I just want the fighters to have a good fight, but then to go home to the family safe and healthy. But from a boxing perspective, from a technical perspective, it was horrendous, and don't make any other judgments about that. The technical knowledge on display, the boxing styles, it was absolutely terrible. It was absolutely what you would think would be two YouTubers who've had limited boxing ability coming on a global scale. It was there. But when they're talking about, and again, I understand that they might have been trying to big it up for, you know, the marketing side of it and the pay-per-views and all this type of stuff. But when they are on about fighting professional athletes, no, don't, lad, do not do it. JJ and Logan Paul, they are at the pinnacle of what they are. They have got so much more avenues. You know, the movies, the rapping, the music, the cars, the game. Like, there is so much more non-dangerous stuff. Boxing is a sport where people die. Yeah, boxing is a sport where people die. And what become blatantly obvious in there, the two big things. Alright, Logan Paul does not like getting hit in the face. Tends to be a bit of a problem when you're a boxer. Yeah? At any particular time when KSI was on him, KSI, JJ, whatever you want to call him, I'm still, yeah. KSI JJ, why not have 5 letters? But Logan Paul could have been covering up and just taking those, you know, punches off JJ, but he wasn't. It was, Logan Paul was doing everything on the defense that you would tell your boxer not to do. He was leaning back, the chin in the air, because he was fearful. He was trying to get back. Again, it's a normal human reaction. It's an animalistic reaction, that fight or flight, that amygdala, oh, I don't want to get hit. But there's certain defensive techniques you're meant to deploy when you're under fire. Yeah, Logan Paul couldn't do that. And everything from Logan Paul's side, give off the data. And now we've got the data, they can't be argued with. Everybody can look at that. Logan Paul does not like getting hit. He does not like getting hit. And then we come to JJ. JJ cannot box. He's like Bambi on ice. He's like Bambi on ice. Now hear us out before I get slated for this. 100% what JJ can do is the boy can fight. He can absolutely fight. No questions about that. He has got the balls of a bull. Yeah, absolutely balls of a bull. But when you've got someone with so much heart like JJ who cannot box, and I'm talking about, you know, remember what I said about going up against professional boxers here? He puts himself in danger. And nobody would want to see that. Yeah, he was swinging for courageous dude. Yeah, absolutely courageous, swinging from the hips, going from against a bigger guy, against a taller guy, against the more stronger guy. He would not back down, but that could also be his downfall. So I agree with True Geordie's sentiment. Lads, thank you very much for the experience, but please, at least for the two of you, no. You've got the cash, you've got the bag, you've got your health. And while we as the armchair critics can say, oh, go on, do it again, get the trilogy and all that, I wouldn't like to see that, because those two gentlemen have got so much more they can achieve in a healthy way. And again, it's not just the fighting, the sort of bats that we see on fight night. It's about the sparring, those cumulative rounds of sparring. You know, how many tens of hundreds of rounds did they spar? And again, they had the Mayweather camp, they had Shannon Briggs, they had everything around them. And if they still box like that on the night with all that support there's a chance that, in a high chance, and again this may be controversial, but it's the truth, and that's what Believing Bruce is here to do, to speak the truth and just allow people to think about what I'm saying, is that with all that support there, they still couldn't really box on the night. Which brings us on to what I woke up this morning, Justin Bieber. Alright, Justin Bieber has offered to fight KSI. Now, I've just watched, because again I've got a picture in my head of Justin Bieber. I was quite surprised. Justin Bieber doesn't look like your typical boxer, but again, that's an assumption on my part. I was aware I was going up my ladder. I was creating a story based on my conscious or subconscious bias. So I googled him, and there was a few videos, and again, that just reaffirms that if Justin Bieber boxes like he does on the videos on YouTube, probably not a good idea neither, Justin's son. But it could happen. I think this would be possibly less dangerous than KSI fighting Logan Paul again. I think it could be a bit of an exhibition match. I maybe think even KSI, because of, the huge difference in size between KSI and Logan Paul, is actually, it might allow KSI to box that little bit more. But against Justin Bieber, will it happen? Probably. If both fighters up for it, because hey, money talk. Show me the money! But if I had to say to Justin Bieber, I would put on the line, Justin, you can't box. What do you mean, what do I mean? Just look at your YouTube boxing videos, you've got terrible technique. Right, I'm going to get a bit closer because you obviously can't hear us. You're shite at boxing. And remember, boxing, and there's other things here. I don't necessarily think that having heart to do other things translates into having heart when you're coming under fire. Again, here in the UK, it is Remembrance Day today. Yeah, I hope everybody stood still at 11 o'clock. I myself are ex-armed forces. Been Sierra Leone, Afghanistan and Iraq, and it did make me giggle. I was observing the minute silence, and I had this, Logan Paul's post interview, why the reasons he was given why he said that he failed.
Sneezed 3 times.
And I know they're going to go to the commission and try to challenge him, but lads, come on, it is not the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. It's 2 YouTubers in their first professional fight. Let's just, let's be humble here. Let's embrace the fact that it's happened, because again, if you look at the scorecards, yeah, KSI was 100% in my view a knockdown. 100% he knocked you down. Beautiful jab, right hand over the top, you went down, you grabbed him. That was a knockdown. So, there's controversy on both sides. Let's just embrace it, because it was a close fight. yeah, but both fighters have come out safe and happy. I know your ego is dented. I know your ego is dented, and I know it's probably the biggest thumbs down, you know, content creators, probably the biggest thumbs down that you've had for a long time. And again, I know it probably doesn't compare with some of the situations that you have blissfully, and I'm appreciative that you've come through those situations to the point where you have fought on a global stage. You've come back from hardship before, and I salute you for that. But when you were given it up, we've got things here, Remembrance Day, you know, guys and girls and like young children who've been through horrendous stuff. Just compare this for a second. Can you really think about Logan Paul in the trenches? And I'm just putting the two situations here for comedic effect. But we are just about to go over the top. The whistle goes. Lads, are you ready? Let's go. And Logan Paul says, I can't. I say, what do you mean, Logan? Why can't you go over the top?
Sneezed 3 times.
You've sneezed 3 times? Come on, let's go. Your pals are dying.
Sneezed 3 times.
But the Germans are coming. Let's go, Logan.
Sneezed 3 times.
All right, stop the war. Stop the tanks. Stop the bazookas. Airplanes, turn around and go back. We've got a guy here who can't partake because he sneezed 3 times this morning. Now, again, if there's any proper boxing fans out there, you'll remember David here when he gave his excuse about Klitschko, and he will look back at this and think, oh, Jesus, did I really say that? Yeah, I couldn't do it because I had a blister on my little toe. Logan Paul's got to think that, did I really say that I lost, you know, I was that sick I sneezed 3 times? Was that the tipping point between KSI winning and me losing? But again, plaudits must be given to both JJ and Logan Paul for preparing to put their health on the line for, you know, in the name of entertainment to us and probably lots of millions of dollars as well. But they are home, they are safe, yeah, and God bless for those facts. So, moving forward, where do we go from here on the Believe in Bruce channel? Well, first of all, thank you very much for all the love that you have given me. It is really appreciated. It's allowed me to build a platform that I can take the rest of the information in here and push it out to the wider world on a global basis. And the beautiful thing about body language and psychology is that it's not, you know, it's not directly linked to YouTubers having a fight. Boxing, MMA, these are the events I'll be covering. Politics I'll be covering, as I mentioned before, lots of messages. Is Boris Johnson lying about Brexit? Do you trust Jeremy Corbyn? All of this stuff we can go into, but also stuff about mental health. Mental health, well-being, psychological performance, hints, tips and tools that you, the person like me on the street, can hear my information, see if it resonates with you and apply that tool to help you make you think, feel and act that little bit better. So stay with me on the journey of Believe in Bruce. I think we're creating a fantastic little community around here just by sharing stuff. The next video that I'm going to do is going to be about social anxiety. Yeah, social anxiety is something that a lot of people feel when they go into crowded rooms or for interviews or, you know, public speaking, that type of thing. But actually putting yourself out there can be very fearful and actually very intimidating for some. So stand by for that video, and there'll be a series of them type of videos coming out now. And I hope, again, comment below, thumbs up, subscribe, share, connect with me on Instagram and Twitter, because this is the type of conversations that if we have more of them, then the conversations, the language that we use, and become normal as well. And I like to finish on this. As a beautiful, handsome, strapping Geordie once told me on a train, thoughts become things. All credits to true Geordie. And how true is that? Thoughts become things. But if we can share the knowledge, if we can come together as a team, we can help ourselves think, feel and act a little bit better. But it starts with our thoughts. If we think better thoughts, we're more likely to have better us. Believe in Bruce, keeping it real for the masses.